You look at this Brazil starting 11, how many of those Mexico players get in there? None.
Yeah, none of them do. But I'll tell you what, for 20 minutes, I'm sitting watching this going, Brazil didn't know what to do. Yeah, Mexico didn't let them out. They had to kick it long. I mean, they totally disrupted Brazil. But when you've got a team that's as talented and as a team they are, then eventually over a period of time, you see what's going to happen. Mexico are going to lose their legs because they put a lot into that first half. And then the talent takes over. So if I'm a Mexico player or fan, I'm happy with what we've done at this World Cup.
They didn't go out with a whimper, did they? I thought they went out fighting. And when you look at the substitutions that Brazil put on and the substitutions that Mexico put on, they're on a different level. Firmino, Fernandinho, they're on a different level than the substitutes that Mexico put on. So sometimes you just have to take it on the chin. As long as they went down fighting and trying and giving it their all, sometimes you just have to say we were beaten by the better side.
Yeah. Sebi, are you proud?
You know, the point of this for Mexico is to get to the fifth game.
I can't believe you've actually had to think about that. You've actually had to think about that, Seb, really?
He doesn't want to say it.
You know what, Stevie? You're the Mexico fan. Speak for me, please.
I'll tell you what, I was not a Mexico fan until this World Cup. I'll tell you what, every single time they played, I was looking forward to it. They showed us against Germany that regardless of who you are, we're going to try and play our game, and that's what they've done. They did it against Germany. They tried to do it against Brazil, but they just came up against a side that are too good. So, my God, you should be proud of this team.
I think this is the situation, Steve, and for the rest of the guys in Mexico. They're just tired of just being proud with the effort, just proud with the fourth game. They're ready for the fifth game. This is the talk, this is the debate in all of Mexico right now. Why can't they get to the fifth game?
It's Brazil.
Well, when you look at it,
It's Brazil.
Mexico,
it's the team that is favored. You haven't just lost.
It didn't have to be Brazil.
Can I finish? When you look at the lineups, when you look at the players, Brazil has some of the best players in the best leagues, on the best teams. Mexico doesn't have players in top leagues and top teams, or any players in top leagues that are even playing. That is the difference. It is the quality. I am agreeing with you.
It didn't have to be Brazil. That's the point. You want to talk about pride? How about talking about stubbornness? How about talking about the fact that against Sweden, when all you needed was a draw, they decided to go at Sweden and open themselves up and lose 3-0.
What I would say,
that's where you win the group. That's where you avoid Brazil.
Boys, this is Macca. Excuse me, sir. What I would say is that since 2010, I have been at every tournament watching England. They have been woeful. I mean, woeful. What I would take out of this, following Mexico, is that I think they've done themselves proud in the way they've approached the games, the way they've tried to fight, tried to play. Admittedly, the Sweden game was disappointing, but at least you can. I feel that Mexico can leave this tournament with the heads held high. Every time I've left a tournament watching England as a supporter and as a fan over the last 8 years, I've left trying to hide. I've been that embarrassed about them. So I think
give it 24 hours.
I think what we're trying to say is that from a neutral, we think that they've done really, really well.
Oh, no doubt. From a neutral standpoint, yes. But I think we're both in agreement. Back in Mexico, everybody sees this as a tremendous failure.
And no offense, guys, I think maybe the neutrals have a lower perception of what the Mexican player is, and maybe I, as a fan, have a higher perception of what it is. But I think it's capable of once in 7 tries winning a knockout game and getting through to the quarterfinals. I mean, that's where the angst comes from for me. It's not that this is the first round of 16 loss.
Always get out of that group,
it's the 7th straight round of 16 loss, man.
Seb, I understand, but you're not an idiot. You know that this Brazil team is extremely good, and I know you could have beaten Sweden, but you didn't. You didn't beat Sweden, you didn't get a result, so therefore you've got knocked out by the best team in the tournament, the favourites to go on and win the World Cup.
Correct. Brazil is the favourites.
So why can you take no solace from that?
Understood. Because this is whatever, 7 times 4, 28 years of pent-up frustration. And understand that, to me, these issues, this glass ceiling is not a fault, a lack of quality in the players. That's their fault. This is a federation issue. Clubs in Mexico don't want to sell their players to Europe because they're going to make more money on them here. They don't want to play in tournaments like Copa America. They don't want to play in Libertadores because they want to take the paychecks from playing in tournaments like Gold Cup in the United States. It's money in Mexico, and that's why, and you can speak to this more, there's a ceiling on Mexican soccer. It's not because of the player, the quality of the player, what the player is capable of. It's because of the guys who run the federation and the guys that run the clubs.
Yeah, it's much deeply rooted problems than what you just led on by seeing this tournament. And more importantly, this is the golden generation. This is the last chance probably in a long time you're going to have a real crack at doing it in the World Cup for Mexico.
Guys, listen, quick one. I didn't hear any of you two talking about deep-rooted problems when Mexico beat Germany.
You don't listen to our podcast,
do you
Craig.
Follow us on social media? You guys only give us 3 minutes an episode. There's only so much we could talk about.
He listens to 2 and 3.
No, I'm too busy for podcast, boys.